Welcome to the Ultimate Solo Leveling Recap. In this video, we will be a part of the story of Sung Jinwoo, the weakest hunter of all mankind once, but awakens to a new power of the system. In this world, there are dungeons which opens randomly everywhere, and powerful creatures come out it. The only way to stop them are hunters. These are humans who are awakened with special powers. Each hunters are ranked from the most powerful S rank to E rank, the least powerful. And then there's Sung Jinwoo, the weakest hunter alive. E rank, the kind of guy who takes on dangerous raids just to pay his hospital bills and almost dies every time. On one morning, Jinwoo joins a small party for what's supposed to be an easy dungeon. We meet Juhee, a gentle healer who treats him like a little brother, and Dong-suk, the no-nonsense leader, who clearly thinks Jinwoo's just dead weight, just as everyone else there, but still he worries for his safety. The dungeon seems ordinary, until they find a massive stone door hidden deep inside. It opens with a thunderous rumble. Inside is a vast hall lined with giant statues, all unmoving, all watching. At the far end sits a colossal god statue, clutching a stone slab like a throne, and then the eyes glow red. One by one, the statues come alive. A sword swings down. A hunter is crushed instantly. Arrows the size of spears pierce through armor. Flames erupt, filling the air with screams. Through the chaos, Jinwoo notices something. Strange rules carved into stone. He realizes, if you break them, you die, like praise the god. But panic spreads faster than reason. The survivors try to run, but the exit slams shut. The god statue rises, its shadow swallowing the hall. Bleeding, broken, Jinwoo makes the only choice left, to stand and fight, buying time for the others to escape.
After barely surviving the Double Dungeon massacre, Sung Jinwoo wakes up in a hospital, alive but confused. Then, a blue screen appears, floating in midair, calling itself the System. It names him a player and gives him daily quests. The first quest? Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and a run. Jinwoo ignores it, thinking it's a joke, until midnight hits and realizes he fucked up. Suddenly, the world around him melts away. He's thrown into a hellish desert, swarming with giant centipede monsters. No escape, no mercy. Jinwoo runs for his life, but the heat and fear crush him. Just before he's torn apart, the quest timer ends, and he's thrown back to the hospital, barely breathing. The message is clear: fail the system, and you die. He starts to wonder if this system was the one who got him to the hospital from the Double Dungeon. From then on, Jinwoo obeys every quest. Each completion rewards him. Stat points that boost his strength, healing potions, and items. He trains every day, watching his body change. The weak, fragile hunter is starting to fade. News spreads among other hunters. The weakest E rank survived something impossible, and as a reward for surviving the penalty, he got a random loot box, and the system offers him a new challenge. An instant dungeon key, a portal only he can enter. It's dangerous. But this time, Jinwoo doesn't hesitate. The episode ends with him stepping into the unknown, ready to test the power he's slowly building.
Inside a desolate subway only he can enter, Sung Jinwoo faces a wolf, wave after wave of wolf-like magic beasts. He's fast, dodging fangs and claws. His body sharper, more responsive with every hit. He thinks about the god statue, on how the god statue gave him a second chance and he don't want to waste it. But it wasn't over yet. He spots his dagger glowing in the inventory, the broken blade left by Kim Sang-shik, and pulls it out. With one decisive strike, he defeats a wolf and watches the rest come at him. He's leveled up, more strength, speed, healing. He studies the monster labels. White means weaker than him, orange is equal, red is threat, and he destroys them with the new sword. He fights many different types of beasts and destroys them as well. He realizes white means easy enemies, and orange an equal power level, and red almost impossible. Deeper underground, he descends into the boss chamber. Waiting there is the blue venom-fanged Kasaka, an enormous, venomous serpent. Jinwoo strikes, but the blade shatters on its armored scales. The snake fights back, crashing him through walls and slamming him into water. Jinwoo remembers being mocked as weakest hunter, but he pushes through. He remembers all those times and finds the power he needs, and by grabbing Kasaka's neck, crushing its throat with sheer force, the beast dies. In the aftermath, Jinwoo grits his teeth, pulls out the Kasaka's venom fang, a dagger forged from its fang, a weapon that is very powerful with its poisonous properties. Then the instant dungeon melts away, and he stands back in Hapjeong subway station. Outside, a city lockdown is underway. The hunters are fighting a dungeon break beast. Jinwoo senses its location thanks to his enhanced awareness. Seizing opportunity, Jinwoo throws the broken sword from his inventory to strike a massive stone golem's weak point. Even the hunters were shocked and they finish it off, but no one sees him clearly, just that an unidentified hunter made the difference. Juhee, tending the wounded nearby, spots him for a moment before he slips away. This is the moment the timid E-rank hunter begins becoming something unstoppable.
Sung Jin-woo opens his eyes in a hospital bed once again. But this time, everything feels different. The nurses whisper about how strangely handsome and fit he looks now compared to the E-rank weakling he used to be. Even Jinwoo himself checks the glowing blue system window hovering in front of him and is stunned. His stats have skyrocketed. His strength is real. There's a quiet excitement in his eyes, but he still needs money for his mother's hospital bills. So when a new dungeon raid is offered, he accepts without hesitation. At a construction site gate, he meets the raid team led by Hwang Dong-suk, a rough, cold C-rank hunter who looks down on weaker ones. Jin-woo also meets Yu Jin-ho, a polite young man from a rich family who's clearly new to this life. As they enter the dungeon seems empty, but Jin-woo senses something, and there it was. These were spider-looking beasts, and the Y attacked from above. Even though the group was without a healer, they worked together so flawlessly, Hwang Dong-suk's eyes narrow with suspicion. His team, known secretly as the Lizards, exchange glances. Jin-woo senses something off, but keeps quiet. But then they enter the boss lair, and the Dong-suk says that they forgot to bring mining tools and will be back, and Jin-woo was getting more sus, and he was right. Hwang laughs and gives a command. The path behind Jin-woo and Jin-ho collapses with falling rocks, cutting them off from the exit. Jin-ho's face goes pale as he realizes what's happening. They've been betrayed. Hwang plans to kill them here so he won't have to split the profits. Deeper inside, the dungeon boss awakens, a towering stone creature that roars through the chamber. Jin-ho acts bravely, but still somewhat scared, but Jin-woo steps forward calmly, eyes locked on the boss. His expression is calm, yet resolute. He tells Jin-ho to stay back, quietly saying, "I'll handle it." The system window flickers in front of him once again, and Jin-woo's lips curl slightly in confidence. As the boss monster charges, Sung Jin-woo stands between Yu Jin-ho and the massive stone dungeon boss. The creature charges toward them, shaking the entire chamber. Jin-ho freezes in fear, convinced they will die, but Jin-woo steps forward calmly. Yet he knows even though he has leveled up, he still isn't fully overpowered, yet he is dodging the boss's swings with unbelievable speed. With precise strikes, he hits the monster bit by bit, but the hard layer resists him until he finally slashes it down and defeats it completely. The boss collapses, and Jin-ho can barely believe his eyes. As the dust settles, Jin-ho looks at Jin-woo with awe and confusion, asking how an E-rank hunter could be this strong. Jin-woo simply smiles and tells him not to worry about it. Moments later, Dong-suk and his men return, expecting to find the two of them dead. But instead, They find Jinwoo and Jinho still alive, and the dungeon boss already defeated. Shock spreads across their face, but Dongsuk smirks and decides he has to kill both of them anyway to protect his secret. Huang's men surround Jinwoo and Jinho with blades drawn. They tried to kill Jinwoo, at first thinking he's the weak. Jinho's voice trembles as he calls out to Jinwoo. The system window flashes before Jinwoo's eyes, giving him a new quest and permission to eliminate the hostile hunters. Jinwoo's expression turns cold. He realized the system will go as far as they can to save him, and he uses that power. In one swift strike, he slashes through the first attacker. Panic erupts in the group. This E-rank hunter is moving faster and hitting harder than a high-ranked assassin. Huang Dongsuk watches in horror as one by one his team is cut down. Jinwoo grabs him by the collar, and Huang begs for mercy, offering money and excuses. But Jinwoo ignores him and delivers a final. Jinho collapses to his knees.
Thank you all for watching
The scene
and see
is
you on the
bloody
next
and
part of Solo
silent except
Leveling.
for Jinwoo's footsteps.
Like and subscribe for more recaps
Jinwoo
like
gathers
this.
the loot calmly, collecting weapons and mana crystals. He looks down at Jinho with a rare hint of sympathy and carries him out of the dungeon. As he exits the gate, Jinwoo thinks about how he's crossed a line, but also how much power he's gained. The system notifies him of his rewards, and he realizes that this is only the beginning. The real hunt has finally begun.
Thank you all for watching and see you on the next part of Solo Leveling. Like and subscribe for more recaps like this.